So where are we at this evening? Last week we talked about indicators, right? Last week we talked about indicators. Now, if you're ready to take a deeper dive with me, if you're ready to go to that next level, well, hey, Waco, Texas, and Orlando, Florida, I do not want to forget you guys. Port St. Lucie, Florida, welcome. And for those of you who dropped a 111 in the chat, welcome, welcome, welcome to the BYOB Cash Out training call. Houston, Texas is also on the line tonight. So we're taking a deeper dive. That's what we're going to do tonight. We are taking a deeper dive. And so where I'm going to start, we're going to take your training to another level. And we're going to start with understanding the BYOB cash out. That is the foundation. Do not ever, I always want you to remember, I don't care how elevated you get, what level you go to, it does not matter. You always, yes, we're launching into the deep tonight. You always want to understand the foundation. Understand how you cash the pips. Understand how you cash out. Understand BYOB cash out. Understand why the BYOB movement is changing lives, because we're talking about you becoming the signal. That is what we're discussing, and that's what we're looking for. So if you're ready to go with me, if you're ready, let me get that 555 in the chat. I just want a 555 in the chat, because you guys have cashed out today. I'm excited yesterday and today, and I'm going to tell you why that's so significant. This is why that's so significant. We are gearing up on the holiday season. And remember, I told you, you are to ride the wave of the market. It is money out there. A gentleman that I was coaching last year in the holiday season actually was able to walk away in this holiday season between Thanksgiving and Christmas, $30,000. Now, I have to tell you that past profit does not guarantee future success. He was a new trader, but the foundation and the principles that we are teaching you is how he was able to do it. Understanding the compounding chart. He compounded. He literally did not go for more than 10 pips. Yes, you can go for more than 10, but this is where I'm just giving you, everybody's story is going to be different. It's just important that you write one. And so I'm just sharing this with you because this was during that holiday season where people stopped going to work. You are prepping for Black Friday, right? You're going to get that vacuum cleaner to replace the one that you already have. So you're going to upgrade your cell phone. So many things are going to happen. People take out loans for, to go shopping and buy people stuff they don't need. So these are all the things that happen during this holiday season, and the market slows down. This is that break time. This is that, but the market is still moving. And as long as you understand the foundation and you understand and you master your craft and you understand this skill set, there's money to be made. It is still moving. The market does not stop moving. And so you are actually able to cash out, and you are actually able to do that. So all I'm saying is, let's talk about the foundation, grasp, understand how it works. And then now we also want we want to make sure you become the signal. We want to make sure you understand how to use the tools. There's a $325 enrollment for a reason, because there are so many tools that this company offers, this Mastery Academy, that you don't want to leave yourself hanging short. So how do I use them? How do I merge them, right? And of course, the Vibrata, this is where the strategy is housed. And I want to walk you through how that works tonight. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm excited because you guys are becoming master traders. You are master traders, and now you're becoming the signal. So BYOB cash out, first and foremost, the foundation of what it is. So this is just a currency pair up there. You see the market been a little sleep, but we're just going to talk about what it's prepping for. So what is the BYOB cash out? I want to find a good setup, because I know we have a few people that are on the call that are just joining us for the first time. So I want to show you a very, very good setup and a picture perfect setup. So here we are. I use 3 indicators. The BYOB cash out is comprised of 3 indicators. So if you missed last Tuesday's training, go back and watch it. Okay, understanding indicators. You can mark up your chart with anything, but do you know how to use it? Do you really get and grasp these indicators? Do I know how to use them? So now my stochastic, always first. My stochastic is a leading indicator, okay? It's a leading indicator. And what that stochastic does is that stochastic measures the momentum. And yes, the moving average is also in the stochastic. So you don't have to mark up your charts with a whole bunch of moving averages. It's already in the stochastic. But so here we go. So when this actually goes from 0 to 100, it goes from 0 to 100. Now, when I have this blue line that crosses over the red around the 20, that blue line cross over the red in an upward motion, I'm looking for a buy. If the blue line cross over the red in a downward momentum, I'm looking for a sell. Don't even look up here first, okay? Don't look. This does not tell you which way to take the trade. It does not tell you that. You're always looking at my stochastic first. Then I have my Hikinashi candles, and I have my PSAR. My PSAR, which is a parabolic stop and reverse. It shows reversal in the market. It's a trailing stop loss. That's what this is. So my Hikinashi candles, I have red candles and green candles. I have red candles and I have green candles. So my green candle, because we identified here, right, it's been identified that, right, I have my blue line that cross over the red, okay? Blue line, cross over the red in the upward momentum. I know I'm looking for a buy. Remember I told you that's leading. So when that actually happened, I actually had a green candle, but I didn't have a PSAR flip. So you see that, and you saw I pushed it all the way to the side, so you're understanding that you would actually be looking at dark. It would be black. There would be nothing there for you to see. We know the trade took profit because we're looking at it. But I need you to imagine and picture you don't see any of that. So now we know we have a green candle. And then we know that we have that green candle and we know we have our PSAR flip. So all 3 indicators line up. When I got all 3, I have a valid trade. At this point, I can do my 10 pips and cash out. That is, ladies and gentlemen, officially the BYOB cash out. The foundation, the simplicity, that's it. That's it. There's nothing else to it. Same thing for a sale. Market execution, do my 10 pips, cash out, right? That's what it is. So my stop loss is below the PSAR, right? My stop loss is definitely below the PSAR. Your take profit is 10 pips from your market execution. Now, let me help you with your pip reaction time. To help you with that what I mean by pip reaction time is the time it takes you to get into the trade. The time it takes you to actually execute, push the button, get it in your chart, to do all of that. How long does that take you? That takes time. So what I want to do is I want to drop down to the 5-minute chart. When I drop down to the 5-minute chart, okay, and now I have to find it. That's why we put the arrow there. So we're looking at the same candle. So when I drop down to the 5-minute chart, what I'm looking for is I need it to be in a buy. Okay, it has to be in a buy when I drop down. So you notice that I'm in a buy. And you see where my crosshairs are. Everything is in a buy. I got my stochastic up, I got a green candle, and I got my PSAR on the bottom. I'm in a buy. That is a requirement because the 5-minute happens first. If I was to go to the time frame below it and it was something else going on, if I was to go to that time frame below it, that 5-minute chart, and it was a sell, if my stochastic was pointing downward, anything was different, no, it is not time to get in that trade. So, but now what I also want to do is go up to my hour. When I go to my hour, you notice I went 5-minute and now I'm at the hour. So you notice that. When I do that, okay, when we did that, and well, this shouldn't take this long because it is the hour. But when we do that, there we go. What I'm looking for is, would I put it on my watch list? Would I put it on my watch list? Meaning, is it appear that it is setting up for a buy? So you will not have everything lined up like the 5 minute and the 15. That is because it is gearing up. That's because it hasn't happened yet, right? So that's why you won't have that. You notice that we had an stochastic curve. We're in that stochastic curve. We're also here is I actually have a red candle, and we've learned, we've taken some trades. So what do? So this is where your experience comes in. But if you've never done it before, let me help you with that, because this is going to be your personal preference. So you notice that it says 1730. I'm concerned about the 30 because each time frame is a candle, right? So on this chart, 15 minutes, on a 15-minute chart, each candle is 15 minutes. So I get another hour candle, and another 30 minutes. So you can wait 30 minutes and see what happened, kind of wait the trade out, or you can kind of go look at the 30-minute. So you can check the 30-minute and see what's happening. Is it really feeding into it? So, but this is where your personal preference comes in. Do I wait for the hour to change as well before I take the trade? Now what I'm showing you, you see how the 30-minute is in a bias feeding into it. If I can look at this and tell that it's feeding, then I would take the trade. However, depending on the currency pair. So this is AUD JPY. It's 50-50 depending on how strong it looks. See, when this happens, and once again, because there's a training I did on liquidity and volatility in the market. If it's a GBP pair, I'm taking it. I'm not asking any questions. I see it's feeding, I'm taking a trade. This GBP. GBP has the most volatility, liquidity in the market. I'm taking a trade. It's nothing else to talk about. So, but if it's CHF, I'm not taking a trade. CHF, I'm almost wasn't it perfected on the hour. So you have to get that relationship, you know, that market talk. That market has to talk to you. You have to get that relationship with the market to understand the currency pairs you like, the currency pairs you like to trade. You'll begin to develop that and let the market speak to you, and it'll tell you. So do I take a trade with this currency pair? What currency pair do I like the most? So you'll begin to speak that. But until you do, until you understand it, and until you can begin feeling the market, then wait for you to at least have a green candle. You're not going to have the PCR flip and all that other stuff. At least have, if my stochastic is pointed down, no, I'm not going to take it, right? But we're getting that curve. You see some pullback, my 30 minutes feeding into it. Now that's when your experience and all of that kind of will play into it. You're not comfortable, wait it out and don't take it. Don't force a trade is basically what I'm trying to say. Never force a trade. Never, ever force a trade. So let's talk about, as we're gonna, tonight I'm actually have the Harmonics scanner up because I'm gonna show you how you can merge that. But I wanna show you the importance of the Vibrata first. I definitely wanna show you the importance of the Vibrata. So here we are. I'm gonna pull up this GBP AUD, and you see I got the 1.89355. That's the call price, okay? And my call price, this actually just came out. So this is saying sell, but what am I looking for? If I'm looking for this, my stochastic tells me, do I buy or do I sell? My stochastic tells me if I'm looking for a buy or a sell. My stochastic is at the 20. My stochastic, it looks like it's trying to start curving. It hasn't started yet, but this is actually what is going. So when it starts curving up, then that tells me that I'm looking for a buy. So what the Vibrata does is it gives you a called at price. So that is what an entry trigger is. And just to kind of recap for a few of you all who haven't been with us before, what that does is these, when you get that call price, that entry trigger, you have areas of value that you're looking for when you take a trade. So you actually have what's called areas of value. What those areas of value are: moving average, trend line, and your support and resistance line. So if we were just naked trading price action, no strategy to it, just naked charts, when you're learning that basic foundation of understanding the market, that's what that price action is. No indicators, no any of that. That's what price action is. And so with that, I have to understand the moving there. I have to know my trend, and I have to definitely understand where my support and resistance line. The trend, support, and resistance. Guess what? With this, you have both of those. That's why this strategy works the way that it works, because I have trend candles. These are not Japanese candles, okay? I switched to Japanese candles. Look at the difference. So these are actual trend candles. I don't have to try to read the candle to tell me if I got a tweezer top. Do I have an engulfing pattern? You know, yes, it's good to know that. I'm not saying it's not. However, what you have in your hands right there is the actual trend. Flat bottom, flat top. Does it have a wick? Is the candle getting shorter? You know, look at it. Is the candle getting shorter? Is that candle pulling back? Guess what? And now I got a doji. Oh, it's about to turn. The candles talk to you. That's why I like Hikinashi candles, because they calculate it and they focus on the trend of the market. The PSAR, when that PSAR flips, that's that reversal in the market. You notice it flips around support and resistance lines. And it's a trailing stop loss that actually moves with the candles. So you're set up for success. And without even realizing it, you are set up for success. So now, that's it for that. Now, with this line, I just put this call price on here. You notice that this is also set up around support and resistance lines. And guess what? You also notice I'm doing most stuff on the 15-minute chart. But what I do want you to understand for the major support and resistance lines is that you want to jump to your higher time frame. So I'm going to jump to my higher time frame to show you, right, to show you what it is that I'm referring to. So what do you see here? I go to a line chart. I go to a line chart in order to show you where those are. The market repeats itself, okay? How do you understand where to drop a support and resistance line? How do I know that? You know, when you're first looking at this, you're looking at it, you're like, oh my goodness, I've had somebody tell me it looked like an EKG, okay? However, when you're looking at this, the market will talk to you, and the market, if you look left, the same checkpoints, just like if you're on a, you know, I'm about to say convoy, like I'm still in Iraq, but just like if you're traveling down the highway or you're doing anything like that, you'll notice that those checkpoints are always logistically in the same place. So you notice that these checkpoints is where the market always stops. So what's happening there? Buy and sell orders, buy and sell orders. So remember, we ride the wave of the big market movers. So that's what we're doing. So the banks and our institutions and all of them, they're the ones that's doing that. So we're just understanding, how do I ride that wave? So this is why those lines are so important, because if this stopped here this time, the chances are it's going to stop there again. The chances are it's going to stop there again. And so what the Vibrata does is it scans the market. Like you notice, this is the price that it gave us. It's sitting on a support and resistance line. However, it doesn't, if it called every single one, this thing would just be vibrating all the time. You would just hear cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. It would never stop. So it's calling ones that are giving you entry triggers. So if I was to go to my traditional candles where I'm reading the actual candles, right? I'm reading the candles, it's giving me a trigger based on what the candles are telling me. Look at the candles. Look at these candles. So it's giving me a trigger based on these candles, based on what the market's talking about. So you don't have to try to figure that out, right? So it's doing it for you. Now, that's where that's important. And that's what the Vibrata does. And then you take a strategy, apply the strategy to determine if you want to take a trade or not. In this case, you know, we're going to drop back down to the 15 where we trade off of. So in this case, 9 times out of 10, what do you know, we determine, do we take the trade? If it's not ready, you'll typically get another alert. It'll call this GBP AUD. You'll see it come again, right? So if you scroll through here, sometimes you see, look, what I tell you, GBP AUD. 22 minutes ago, it was also a trigger, right? 189,339, 189,339. So it was a little bit, well, it was in here. And so what happened out here? What happened down here in that area? It's another support and resistance line. So there was a trigger. And so basically it's saying, hey, there's something coming, there's something gonna happen. So there was a trigger down here as well. So just to kind of keep you, just to kind of let you know, that's what the Vibrata does. So these are not signals, but that's what it does. Now, how can I merge this with another tool? So let's go. Let me see if they'll let me log in. They told me I had to wait 5 minutes. So now my time. So do you have any questions so far? I just want to know, are you with me? Do you have any questions? Just if you have never traded the BYOB Cashout before, you might have to come back and watch this again when the recording is posted. But do I have any questions right now? Any questions, comments? Questions, comments, concerns? So what is the Harmonics scanner? So no, I never take a trade if the PSR has not flipped. Never, ever, ever. So that is so important. That is actually a good question. So before we even go there, because we saw earlier today, and I don't think we'll see one here. I could find one, but like, for example, it's the one right here. The stochastic look like it's curving up. I got a green candle with a flat bottom, but I don't have a PSR flip. So right here, you don't have all three indicators. Take that trade. Go ahead and jump in that buy. And what's going to happen, because that PSR never flipped. Now, remember, you're looking at it now like, well, that's common sense because I got the dots going all the way down. You can see it. No, this is what you saw earlier. That's what you saw. You didn't see all those red candles right there. You didn't see that. So this is what you saw. And so you'd be like, oh, okay, I can take that trade. And then guess what happened? That's nothing but a correction. So it was nothing more than a correction, and then it turned around. And you also didn't know where to put your stop loss, right? So we didn't have a stop loss gauge, anything to gauge where we put our stop loss, but you would have eventually got stopped out of that trade. So, and that's going to happen 99% of the time. I probably made that number up, but that's why you want to, but you do want to wait. It's a very high probability is what I'm getting at. So now the harmonic scanner. You go through the academy, and they talk about the harmonics. So I'm not trying to figure out, I can look at it and I can kind of see, I can see these, but you don't have to try to do any calculations, any measurements, or do any of that. So this is just one of the tools that you can use. If you get signals or you get a lot of different things out there, this is where a lot of those trades come from, is this tool right here. The thing is how can I help you become the signal? How can I help you become the signal? Understand, the harmonic scanner is not a standalone tool. It is definitely not a standalone tool. And it will tell you that in the academy. It is not a standalone tool. You do not want to just look at the harmonics and bam, take a trade. So what we're going to do, I'm going to write these numbers down because I'm just grabbing one. So, okay, like I said, I'm going to write these numbers down because I'm just grabbing one. But when you go through this harmonic scanner, because I do get the question a lot about trades or different things, or can I get more than 10 pips, or what can I do? We're going to write these numbers down. Now, understand, these are different brokers, okay? All of these are different brokers. So if I see a same currency that's suggested by different brokers, guess what? Then the probability of it being a decent trade, because we haven't confirmed it yet, the probability is high, but we still have to confirm it. Do not naked trade these. Do not naked trade these. And I'm saying that because you just walk with me. But I'm saying that because sometimes you notice you come on here and you look and you'll see some currencies, and then you come back and you look again and they're gone, they're not there anymore, is because the harmonic pattern formed, but the trade didn't play out. And why didn't the trade play out? It's because this is not a standalone tool. It's just not a standalone tool. It's not meant for you to just take the trade and walk away from it with these numbers. So, and you want to validate, like I said, go watch the videos in the IM Academy. So here you go. So, and the ones, of course, at the top are the most recent, right? The ones at the top are the most recent. So you see here, I got USD JPY under JFX, and here I got USD JPY, okay? Now we're looking at the 15-minute chart because that's what we've been teaching and talking. But if you are a swing trader, you also have probability here as well for on those hours in the 4-hour and the daily. So we're gonna, let's pull up the USD JPY. Let's pull that up. But let me write these numbers down so we can flip over, right? We definitely want to flip over, and I'm gonna mark up the chart so you guys can see how this works. Has anybody done this before? Anybody using a harmonic scanner and validating their trades? You said, yep, you put that in there quick. So, oh, you've used it on other strategies, okay. So I got my numbers. We're gonna come back to the Vibrata. Now the Vibrata, and so we actually, what did I tell you? I guess I should write the currency down too, right? Ah, yes. So you've looked at it, you say you're only using BYOB and this is a great idea. So sometimes you will also come here and that currency will also, that one just hit, but sometimes it'll also be here in the Vibrata as well. So if you've got it there and you got it here, I'm telling you, good, right? That's a good trade to take, right? So we're gonna put it in here. You always still wanna bring it back. Now I'm just gonna mark this chart up. I'm just gonna mark the chart up with the numbers that they just gave us, okay? I'm gonna mark the chart up. And now do I always come back and mark the charts up? Not like that, but you know, you wanna look at it, so we definitely wanna look at it. Look, PSAR just flipped, but it's not a flat bottom candle. So we definitely don't have a flat bottom candle. I know tonight's training, but if we see money, we're gonna take it, right? We're not gonna leave money on the table. And look at how that candle, you see, these are trend candles. You see how that candle is not pushing down? So that's one of the lines. Okay, I think that was the actual entry. I had two entries, 106. Now I'm gonna tell you. Did I not write both of them down? Hold on, 106. I did not, I skipped something. 109.082, 109.043. There we go, I got it. So 109. I did 133, and now we got 65. 109, 657. Oh, I don't got it. Hold on. 106. There, you see the numbers are longer. Okay. So look at that. Look at that candle. So I got a flat top, I got a PSAR, I got a stochastic, I got a PSAR flip, and I got a flat top. You see how that candle? You see I started small, but look at it now. Drop down, is it in the, see? Look at that stochastic curve. And then look at it. So it's still not done yet. It's not done. And that's why I say it's not standing alone, because it's selling right now, but it's gonna wanna come up to this other entry point. So this is why it's important to validate that. It's important to validate that. It's important to validate it. I'm gonna say it one more time. It's important to validate it, okay? It's important to validate it. So what you're looking at is some take profits. That's actually a take profit. One, let me drop here. Got another take profit, 109.043. Okay, and then that take profit 3. I'm gonna have to mark these up or change the color or something, because they all look the same. 108,981. So that, you see how I just dropped the numbers in the coordinates instead of sitting there trying to scan through here and figure all this stuff out, right? So what you're looking at, you see you got that stochastic that's coming down. I got my PSAR flip. So you actually had 2 entry points, right? So I'm gonna change the color of those 2 entry points. I'm just gonna change the color of those. I don't think you guys can see that. So this is the color, change the color of those entry points. I'm picking bad colors or something. There we go, make it thicker. There we go. All right, so I drop down, I can see what's happening. Oh, now, but look, my stochastic's curving up. So remember, what did I tell you about the 5-minute chart? The 5-minute also needs to be in, what does the 5-minute need to be? The 5-minute also has to be in a sale, because we're looking for a sale. So if I come back, now you asked about take profit 1s, take profit 2s, take profit 3. This is a take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3. But you can still make your minor adjustments. I don't want you to take this at face value, because if I do this, okay, remember, I might need to make some adjustments, and make the adjustments accordingly, because you have to account for your demo. You have to account, not your demo, you have to account for your broker. You have to account for that. So I'm looking at, you're trying to go for more than 10 pips. It's very important that you understand where you're gonna stop and take profit, right? So you definitely wanna make those adjustments. You notice that it's sitting on support and resistance lines. This is just the line that scanner picked, okay? So you just make the necessary adjustments for your take profit. So you don't have to use that line. Now look what else I'm gonna tell you. Where does your stop loss go? Okay, what, somebody, anybody, just anybody, tell me, where's your stop loss go? Drop it in the chat. Just tell me where your stop loss go.
Above the PSAR.
Thank you. Above the PSAR. Thank you. So where's this? Where is that? It's on the PSAR. That's a no-no, because that is a support and resistance line. You never want it on a support and resistance line. Never. So you always want it above or below that. You always want it above or below the support and resistance line. Always, always, always. So what you want to make sure is you make that adjustment. You move it up. And so just like, what am I doing? And see, that's why it's not a standalone, because what are you doing, right? What am I doing? So here it is that, you know, look, this support, and this is the entry. I forgot to change that to purple. So this is above. I want to show you, just like right here. What did I tell you about the PSAR? The PSAR is a trailing stop loss. So if I look right here, okay, if I come right here, what happened to that PSAR? It got extremely close. It almost touched it, and it will touch it. I've seen it touch it. Many of you have seen it touch it. So if it touches that, but it doesn't, it will not go outside of that PSAR, just like a support and resistance line. It will not go outside of that PSAR until it flips it. It will not go outside of that PSAR until it flips it. So just imagine, this still has to come up And one of these entry points, and technically, if I got 2 entry points, I got 2 for a reason. That means that it doesn't know if the market's gonna drop from here, if it's gonna pull down and go up a little bit more, or it's gonna drop. So that's not one I'm gonna sit and walk away from. And if I do, I'm definitely using this top, right? If I'm trying to do a sell limit or a sell stop, this is one that I'm definitely going to make sure that I monitor. That's what I'm doing with this one. Like I'm using the highest entry point, because you start here, you notice how it started that pullback when we looked on the lower time frame, right? Look at what it's doing. It's not even pushing down right now. So use my time frame confluence, I still got some buy in there. So what do you think that this buy is going to do? This buy is going to go a little bit higher. You see these purple lines? The buy is still going up. So it might take a while. It's going to cycle through. It's going to do its thing. It's going to go through its cycles on this lower time frame. But for those of you all who you don't want to sit and watch the charts, and you don't want to sit and do it, you can actually figure out by using the harmonic patterns. You know, this is just using the harmonic patterns when this is actually going to turn around. And you come up there and you set you a sell limit, and you got different take profits. And that is how you use the BYOB cash out with the harmonic scanner and with the vibrata. You still want to bring it back to the vibrata, and now you know why you want to put it on here and mark it up. You want to know why you want to put it on here and analyze it a little bit more, because this is definitely not standalone. It's not. It's great. I got it on more than one. USD, right? USD JPY, it's right there. Got it on another broker. USD, it's the first one. So it's the most recent one. USD JPY. But guess what? Have you ever looked on here and something was there and then it wasn't there anymore? Well, because it's not a standalone. So that's why sometimes you come to, if anybody has used this before, you come here, some of your trades hit, some don't, because you don't ever want to just take this and use it without doing further analysis. Bring it back to the BYOB cash out, and I promise you, let it line up with what the vibrata has signaled to. You get it here, because this is looking at harmonic patterns, right? That's what this is looking for. And it's looking at harmonic patterns. That's why this is highlighted. And all this is support and resistance lines. That's it. It's nothing special about how they came up with this. It's nothing extra that it was done to set these entry points. You know, when we're training, and I'm telling you, support your take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3. How do we do it? We use support and resistance lines, right? That's how we do it. And so that's all this is. That's the same thing, same support and resistance lines. It's nothing different about it. So, and it's 2 different entry points. Just think about us talking about GBP this morning. Look to the left. You look to the left, right? I look to the left, and this one looked like it dropped some. But if I look to the left, I can tell, okay, this was a point. The same thing we did ourselves. I look here, and I look here. And so it's either, this is a key point to what the market is going to do. The market talks. It repeats itself. It definitely does. So you notice that this was a major point of support and resistance. This was a major point of activity that happened. And I can keep going back and see the same thing. So why do you think I got 2 entry points over here with this harmonic pattern? That's why. Because I look to the left. So that's all it is. So what this does, it just identifies the harmonic patterns. If you can identify harmonic patterns, voila. So it scans the market, look for harmonic patterns. You come back to the vibrata, you got entry triggers. Now you are a master trader. You see signals all day, you get signals from everywhere. This is all they are. This is it. This is what they are. You are the signal. Now you're the signal. Any questions, comments, and we can look at another one. But put that on your watch list. Put that on your watch list. There you go. You got a freebie on a training night. Put it on your watch list. So, any questions, comments, concerns? So if I want to be more accurate, you would trade with the momentum on a 1-hour chart. Right, the swing of the market, correct. Correct. You put on your watch list. That's what we're doing with this one right here. So you see that this has some slight pullback to it, but I'm waiting for the momentum to shift on. I need the swing in the market, right? I need the swing in the market. You see look how strong that buy is. I went to the 4-hour too, just to kind of show you. Look how strong that buy is. So all this pullback is right here, this pullback on this candle is telling you that there is something happening on those lower time frames. And what is that happened on the lower time frame? I got this momentum happening. I got that momentum happening because all these have to cycle through as well. Each time frame has to cycle through. But what's happening on here? So it actually began to push down some. So, but I'm not taking the trade. If it works out, that'd be great, but I'm not taking that trade. Now with these currencies, you know, and then we got news in about in about another 20 minutes or so, but I'm not taking a trade without the time frame confluence. And I mean, and I say that based on currency. Like I told you, if it's GBP, I know GBP, right? Like I would take it if that was GBP, but maybe not with. It's too much. It's just too much going against this one. I got my stochastic, I got a piece at the bottom, and I got a green candle. So it's just too much going against it for me to want to take the trade and go as far as that's concerned. So that's just too much. So any more questions? We got time to look at another one. Awesome. And I would say we would trade like this on Thursday, but you know, it's Thanksgiving and everybody's going to be watching football and eating. And some of you all will be going to Black Friday. Cough, cough, hint, hint, invest in yourself first. So this one is already almost to take profit too, but we can still, let me see. That's CAD, JPY, NZD, USD. Yes, thank you. Save 100% on Black Friday. Stay home. And you know what? It's Black Friday because the stores come out of the red, right? That's why it's Black Friday. The stores actually come out of the red, and that's the day that they profit. They could have been in debt the whole year, but we, and not me, but we as a whole helped them become profitable. So you just randomly pick. Can I explain how to update your trades in order to take? The settings are saved in the Vibrata. The settings are saved in the Vibrata. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to just be, because I know that there are many out there, and I'm going to just be very direct and very blunt. Do not, you need to get the Vibrata. You need to have it. This company offers a lot of tools. So I don't know if that's why you're asking, but I'm just saying it because I get that question a lot. Do not try to, you know, you will spend money to invest in so many things and we'll take shortcuts when it comes to ourselves. You want to put yourself in a position of success to make sure that you have all the tools that you need. So if you are opening a franchise, like let's just say I was going to open up a McDonald's franchise, I wouldn't open a McDonald's and not have the land. You know, I wouldn't open a McDonald's and not have the shake machine. You know, you're going to put yourself in a position to where you maximize and you capitalize on all the tools for your success. Remember, you're doing this because you want to change your legacy. You're doing this because you want to change your legacy. And the first rule of changing your legacy is changing your mentality. So that means I no longer have a broke mentality. I'm going to do what's required and what's necessary in order to achieve my success. So definitely, you need to have the Vibrata. Okay, so you're asking me about, let me go see if I can get it. No, it does not. You do not have the Hikinashi candles on MetaTrader 4. You have to have all three indicators, all three indicators. Now, is this something that we just took on here? That one's not on here, so I'll pull that up after and shoot you a message, because I want to kind of, or I'll pull it up in. Okay, so just give me a moment on that one. No problem. I'm just trying to see. I know which one was I just have up. Had one, but now it's gone. Trying to look for something else. So it looks like that's the trade that you want on your watch list. It looked like all these already happened. I'm just kind of fumbling through the brokers. So you can kind of see that when the market's not very busy, so this is a trade that's been, look at how this one's been stuck there for a while. So when the market's doesn't have a lot of movement, so this one actually just came into the market, but that NZD, this one was on all of them too, but it was almost a take profit 3, and then it bounced back up. But let's just look at it. I'm gonna just so we can walk through one more. Brokers is a personal preference. Brokers are definitely gonna be a personal preference. Mom. And all these say 0.642, let me see, 39, 642, 7, 8, 9. Okay, let's go mark this up. Yes. So yes. So sometimes the PSR flips immediately, right? It's true. Sometimes you get all three indicators back to back. Sometimes that stochastic is ready, and then it might be 6, 7 candles before you get the rest. So yes, that is true. But that just, all that means is all that really is the market. And no, you don't have to avoid that trade. That just kind of tells you what, you know, that just kind of tells you what how can I say it? That just kind of how the market's moving, right? That's what that is. That's just gonna kind of tell you how the market is moving. So I'm talking, and then I'll write down everything but the currency. And normally I'll have like 2 screens side by side, but because we're on Zoom, I have to, and to be able to, I have to be able to share it. Now, what I will tell you about the broker is demo with each one. Demo with each one of those brokers, and once you demo with the broker, that'll help you get an understanding of what you like. Because I'm gonna tell you, like, I was speaking with someone and I like the London session, but honestly, they don't like the London session. So everything is always gonna be personal preference. So you just have to, you really just have to make that decision on what works for you. And so I would tell you, open your demo account, and when you open that demo account, practice with those brokers and look at their spreads, look at how they take profit, and that'll tell you. I mean, that's how we had to learn. So that's really how you're gonna learn. Because I might like a broker, there's a broker I don't like, and a lot of you all use it, and that's fine because it's all personal preference. I got brokers I love, and I've had people tell me, oh no, so it's just same thing with your checking account. So same thing with a checking account. You go get a bank account, it's like, well, why you bank with them? I might like USAA and you might like Navy Federal. So it's the same thing. And what did I write now? So, and this one is kind of tight. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. And what this one shows, how you love Navy Federal. I like USAA. I'm not a fan of Navy Federal. Y'all might call me crazy, but I'm not. USA has me spoiled. So same difference. So, and it wasn't that there's anything wrong with it. I just had USAA for so long. I mean, so it's the same way the brokers are going to work for the same exact way. They're definitely going to work the same way. And did I mark this one up right? Because it didn't look like it touched over there. You'll be comfortable in trading within the first 14 to 21 days. The key is the academy first. The key is the academy. And I think I moved that thing to the wrong spot. The key is the academy. The key is the academy. Go through the academy. And then I created a playlist, right? I created a playlist that 64239. I created a playlist that will help you understand the strategy. Thank you. And so, and then of course these calls now, of course, the first time, or if this is anybody's first time on a call, you know, or a second time, you might be like, okay, what is she talking about? What are you guys doing? But the second and third time you start getting on these calls, every time before we start trading, I always go over the strategy itself. I always want to make sure that that we got people that's brand new, like just enrolled today, all the way to people that have been trading before they even found BYOB cash out successfully. And then they come back to BYOB cash out and they say it's enhanced their trading. So that's why we're always going to go over it. We're always going to take our time and dive deep on Tuesdays. So of course we won't have a call on Thanksgiving, and it's a US holiday. So then we're going to also come back next Tuesday. We're going to continue with this. You know, we're going to help you all become that master trader and become that signal. So, but yes, 14 to 21 days, you stay plugged in and consistent. So, so this is where we had our stop loss. You actually had the entry point. You see how it touched it? It did touch it. Now, where did I actually get a valid entry? I didn't get a valid entry. Now, let me show you something. This is also why this is important, okay? When did I actually get, and before I even touch the time frame confluence, when did I, actually this has a wick on it. Hold on, look at that. Look at that candle, it has a wick on it, okay? You see that wick? So would I have taken that trade? No. This is the first flat top candle that I had. This is the first flat top candle that I had. But I want to check something because it still has not even reached. Like, did it even go 10 pips? See? And now if that was a GBP pair, if that was GBP, that would be like 30 pips. See the difference? So let's check this. How many pips is this even? See, look at that. Is that even worth bothering with that? You know what I mean? Is that even worth bothering? So it's saying we would have taken a trade from up here, but you notice that the entry point, right? It never even touched that entry point from where it never touched the entry point from where it started selling. It never touched it. So will we have really been able to take, you know, use that as that key? And so now we come here and it's telling us, but you notice how it broke through that? It broke through the resistance line, and that's when I got a flat bottom. You notice I had hesitation on this one. It actually broke through on this one. And so now we got a candle with 3 pips on it, and it started turning around. So let's check my time frame confluence. I got a sell right here, but look at what's my stochastic doing. What's my stochastic doing on a 5-minute? My stochastic is flatline. It's starting to curve. It's no longer in a downward. So I wouldn't have taken this trade, right? I would not have taken this trade. My higher time frame, I got a sell on the candle. But if you would have, so, okay, I got a sell here. So is it in a correction or is this a correction, right? Is my trade actually in a correction for a sell or is this a correction, okay? which one is it? I can tell you this is a correction, okay? That's a correction. Look at that. Look at small correction here, correction. But that's what time frame confluence helps you understand. So whether you can answer that question or not, it doesn't really matter. And it will matter. You should learn it, right? I'm not saying you shouldn't learn it, but if I look at this and I'm flatline, look at my stochastic. By the time this candle activated, what was my stochastic? My stochastic is flatline. So this is telling me this is going into something's changing. This is either a correction for my sell or this is a correction for my buy. Either way, I'm not taking the trade. It's not worth it. And what do you see? Right? It didn't even go 5 pips. We didn't even get 5 pips out of this, and it's already starting to turn around. So you just saved, you know, that's why I said increases your accuracy. BYOB cash out, 92%. Increase your accuracy with time frame confluence. Now all we did is come find some harmonic patterns, add to it, right? So all we're doing is enhancing your skill set. But remember, because this is not standalone, because I can look at this by itself and find harmonic patterns without the harmonic scanner. But that's just going to help. Why do it yourself if you have the tools that do it for you? That's why you want to make sure you have it. So how often do I check my watch list to see if a trade is ready? It depends on how the market's moving. Honestly, you know, like for example, when we do the watch list in the morning, I know sometimes, well, depending on how the market's moving, on that call, the market will jump. The market will either be ready and we're cashing out on the call, right? BYOB cash out, BYOB cash out. I cashed out, right? Or that next hour, they'll start hitting. And then what did I get? I actually had a BYOB cash out playlist, or what it was, I think it was a BYOB playlist. So, you know, and now we got people BYOB cash out, call out, right? We got you calling out from work. You got individuals, you know, talking about market talk and people 777 all throughout the chat. So, I mean, it's exciting to see the success that people are having. And all I want to do is help you become the signal. That's it. I just want to help you become the signal. You know, and that's what this is definitely going to do. So as we do not, as we begin to transition, do not log off, because we are not done. And I tell you that because we got someone with a PhD in finance and economics that has some information to share with you. But I'm telling you right now, in the Jacksonville, Florida area, if you are in the area, if you are from the area, if you know somebody in the area, if you just know where Jacksonville is on the map, you need to be here, okay? You need to be here. Do not miss this event. We're talking about faith in finance. We're talking about Women Teach Forex. This is the Be Your Own Bank Expo, Faith in Finance, Women Teach Forex edition. We've had faith. We're speaking it. We're walking over our life. BYOB cash out. I am a master trader. I am the signal. All my trades in and profit. We're walking in that. We're talking that. We believe that. So we have the faith. Remember, that's a key component is faith. And now what we want to do is show you how to take your faith and use the skill set and the tools that God has given you. So he's giving you what's required. So now you got to merge that together. And economically, women are typically the ones that do not get that check. And I found that out the hard way when I retired. I found it out the hard way. You want me to do the work, but you don't want to pay me. You will never create my value. I will create my value. I determine my value. I'm in charge of me, right? So you want to put yourself in that position. So women, this is about empowerment. This is about bridging the gap financially. That's what this is. It's about taking the faith, you lifting your head up, walking in pride, walking in the anointing that God has already poured over your life. And let's blend all of this together and help you get on the other side of money. It is no reason why any person of faith should ever be in lack. And so we're going to show you that's what this event is all about. So you definitely want to make sure that you get registered tonight. Do not be registered. Get registered tonight. BYOB worldwide.ticketlead.com/Jax. This is an event like nothing you will have ever attended before, and it'll be like nothing you ever attend again. You want to make sure that you are there. Women Teach Forex, Faith and Finance. Make sure you're present. So that's what I have as far as that's concerned. So you need to get registered. But right now, what I want to do is I want to turn this call over to someone I have a tremendous amount of respect for. This gentleman has a PhD in finance and economics. And let me tell you, like he always says, the person that you normally get your financial advice from is the person you give your money to. And that is a true statement because you're listening to someone who is a financial advisor. And that's something I will never write another retirement plan. But tonight, he's here